Okay. Good morning, people. Oh my gosh. So I am doing something new here. I'm trying a different setup. We're going live on my laptop. We're going to see if this microphone works a little bit better. I think when I watched the recording, it was super quiet. Can everyone hear me? Let's see. And also, I have a chat now, so I can actually see what people are saying, which is amazing. So, where are people coming from this morning? Let's see. I see 5 of you here. Well, this morning, I thought it would be kind of fun just to pop in here, get people excited about the day and what's going on. Today is the Great Growalong, and this was an event that I got connected with because, as a lot of you know, I did the Northwest Flower and Garden Festival, and during that show, I actually did my seminar, which is the Dynamic Garden, and it was super fun, totally well received. I was totally blown away by all of the people that came. And, I always feel like it's a gift when people give you that time to sit through a seminar and hear what you have to say. And it was so fun connecting with so many people. And it turns out the woman who arranges all of the seminars for that event also puts on the Great Girl Along. And she has just a phenomenal network of people that she knows and loves. And it's going to be a little bit of everybody. It's going to be, people who are amazing plants people. We've got designers on board. We have people who have written books, horticulturalists, and she's collected all of these incredible people and pulled together a multi-weekend event called the Great Grow Along. So in any event, I'm starting it off at 9 o'clock, which I'm super excited about. So that's 9 o'clock Pacific. And I thought it might be fun to pop in here and see if you guys had any questions. The seminar that I'm going to be giving is called Coping Strategies for Plant Addicts. And it was actually really, really fun. This was actually a talk that originally I pitched for the Northwest Flower and Garden Festival, but they wanted to hear me speak on the Dynamic Garden. Oh my gosh. Hello, Miss Alex from Michigan. Oh my gosh, that's so amazing that you took notes. So anyway, so this is the seminar I'm giving is actually one of the ones that I pitched. And she was like, okay, I want you to speak on the Dynamic Garden. I have this one spot for you, but would you consider doing the Great Grow Along? And I was like, well, what's the Great Grow Along? And in any event, so it was really, really fun. Basically, I'm going to take you shopping with me at one of my favorite nurseries, which is Swanson's. And they were incredible. They were such an incredible partner. I reached out to them, and their people were like, yes, come in. And so I was able to sneak in before hours when the nursery is just like waking up and getting going, and everything is just like beautifully positioned. And I take you through all of my steps when I go shopping because, this whole thing was birthed because when I go plant shopping, I'm just like, I want to buy it all. I want to take all of it home. Every single one is my favorite plant. But as we know, like not every plant belongs in your yard. It all has to work together and have some flow. So in any event, it was super, super, super fun. And I share a lot of nuggets that I've just gained because I've literally shopped for, at this point, oh my gosh, I've been plant shopping since I was a child, obviously, but professionally, I've been doing my landscape design work for the past 10 years, and I have to be in and out of a nursery quick. I've got to know exactly what I'm looking for. I got to know what's going to be healthy. I want to be able to put a plant in someone's yard and it be successful. In fact, one of the gardens that I'm most proud of, we did a full front yard and backyard renovation. I planted this. Literally, we finished planting the day before snow came down. And at the end of that, when the snow lifted and the spring emerged, we lost 2 plants. And this is like a 10,000 square foot city lot. So you can imagine how I just felt like so successful that we were able to buy all these beautiful, healthy, gorgeous plants and have such an incredibly successful garden for Grace and her husband and now their baby girl. Oh my gosh. Good morning, Tracy. Good morning, Dawn. I am so excited to have everyone here. This is just the most joy. Well, let me know if you have any questions. I'm so excited. I hope everyone's going to be able to join me at 9. And the great thing about this event also, this is what I'm excited about. is I was so busy with the Northwest Flower and Garden Festival that I literally didn't have time to go to any of the seminars. So I feel like this is my chance where I get to go and learn from those that I look up to, because I feel like as a landscape designer, I'm always learning, right? I'm always studying everyone around me. And I want to see what is successful for other people. What are other people's eyes attracted to? It gives me so much inspiration for the work that I do. Oh, Judy, good morning. Jermaine, good morning. Let's see here, Jermaine. Most plants are perennials in my gardening zone 10. Do you perhaps know of a guide I can use to pruning perennials in warmer climates? Okay, that is a really good question, because zone 10, you guys can do a lot. Um, I don't know that I know one offhand, but here's the thing. I'm actually just going to take a picture of your question, because I would love to know people's responses. I would actually love to start doing a Q&A every month of just questions that I might need to even like research a little bit to find the right answer, because I have always gardened in zone like 7, 8. I was actually looking online and they've recategorized Seattle into zone 9. And I don't know who is in charge of this zoning situation, but they are nuts. Like, there is not a single zone 9 plant that will withstand a winter here. I think it's crazy. But Jermaine, I would love to do some research and answer that question for you. And if nothing else, give you some really good perennial people online that you can follow and give you some awesome guidance, because there are some killer people out there in the gardening world. And I would love to just dig around and ask around to all my friends and see who's doing good stuff. Janie's going to be close to you because she's a solid 9. So yeah, let me do a little digging. And that's Janie of Dig Plant Water Repeat. And she is a master gardener too, so she's going to have really good working knowledge of your zone. Let's see here. What are your thoughts on using metal raised beds? Freaking love them. Love them. Love them. Love metal in the garden. Love it. I will actually say I started in my first home in Magnolia way back in the day. I was, oh my gosh, I had new babies and was on a budget and all that. And I actually bought metal raised beds from Gardener's Supply. And they had these amazing snap together. They were like a galvanized metal bed. And what I loved about gardening in metal in my zone is that it actually helped, I feel like, warm up the soil a little bit. And it was really easy. I could work in them and just be super duper successful. And then I ended up leaving those in with the house when I sold it. And since then, in my new home, I built a couple of traditional wooden, like cedar raised beds. And then I also have a couple stock tanks that I garden in. And those are really fun too. I just basically flipped them over, drilled a bunch of holes in. And that's what I use to contain like strawberries, herbs that want to be super bossy in the garden. I've grown tomatoes in them, I've grown roses in them. I mean, honestly, if you can grow it, I've tried it in metal and I fully endorse it. I think it's wonderful. And for me in my garden, I have them positioned where they get those early morning rays of sun, and it does kind of like warm it up, which is really lovely. Who else do we have here? Oh, we have a small yard and I'm moving to with a view. So we will look down on the garden. I love that. I love that. Okay, so here's the scoop. If you're looking down on a garden, what I appreciate about that vantage point is you can get a good lay of the land. And so that's an opportunity for you to like engage in a different way. I actually designed a garden and oh my gosh, it was so fun. You looked down on the entire garden from the upper story. And so what I did is I did this beautiful like parterre boxwood edged garden. And then we just went, and it was all kind of set with almost like a cross section. I'm doing this. So it was set with a cross section and then a big circle in the middle, and we put benches and a little table, and it was this beautiful, beautiful like morning cup of coffee hangout space. And then we had these gorgeous boxwood borders, and then we just went nuts with like perennials and all sorts of just a riot of color. And it was such a fun way to garden, because when you look down, Here's what I would say. When you look down, you want a very clear structure because that is going to help you engage with your garden at a distance. Once you have a firm structure in place, then you can go wild with all of your plantings. And almost when you look down, it's going to look like a beautiful watercolor. So I am very excited for you, Deb. This is a good adventure. Oh, Jermaine, you're very, very welcome. And let's see here. My space is totally small, 12 by 12 with half sun, half shade. New to flower gardening, have done mostly veggies and green stalks. Okay. So 12 by 12. Are you wanting to do cut flower farming? Well, farming. If you are looking to do flower gardening, this is fantastic. You can actually grow a lot in 12 by 12. Okay, here's what you're going to do. When you're in a 12 by 12 space, let's see here. How would I set this up? I would do maybe 3 rows. So you could also squish it a little bit tighter, but I might put it into 3 sections and do a very small walkway in between. Because what you're going to want to do is you're not going to want to compact the soil everywhere. And if you try to plant out the whole thing, you're just going to be stepping on stuff. So it seems a little counterintuitive that you're giving up space for pathways, but you really need working space. The next thing that I want you to do is instead of planting like row, row, row of plants, I want you to, so if you have like 3 rows like this, right, instead of planting them, I want you to do this so that you are staggering your plants and you can push them tighter together. I'm a junkie for that. I want all the plants and I want them all now. And so what you'll do is if you do, say you're growing snapdragons, right? And the first row has 1, 2, 3 rows. The next row up, you're going to shift it over. So almost like your plants will look like they're in a little zigzag pattern. And oftentimes I'll do this across a piece of drip tape or drip line. And what that'll do is it'll allow you to condense your growing space. The plants are still totally healthy because you're still maintaining like a radius around them. So that is for sure what I would do. I would also take a look at how you arrange your cut flower space. And in 12 by 12, make sure you're putting the tallest kids to the north. I didn't notice if you are in North America, South America, but basically you want to make sure that you are really precise with your arrangements. For me, in my cut flower garden, I would put all my tallest kids to the north and then work shorter from there. Think of it like a school class photo. Oh, great. Love it. Yeah, it's like a school class photo. You don't put the tallest kids in the front row. It's going to block out all the rest of your sun. So put the tall kids in the back. And then I'm trying to think of flowers that grow well in shade. Oh, okay. So actually, here we go. A stilby is a phenomenal cut flower. It's a perennial as well. I love using a stilby. I've got a good girlfriend who is a florist. Her name is Eleanor. She's with Bash and Bloom. And so we will grow a stilby in the shade for her. I have actually grown, gosh, what did I grow? I grew China asters in part shade. I also grew Rudbeckia in part shade, which I know is like, you're not supposed to do, but I did it anyways. And they were pretty darn successful. What's something else that you could do? Oh, anemones are really gorgeous. They can handle a little bit of part shade situation. There's actually a lot that you can do. So I would push the limits, and for you, you might have some microclimates going on. So for sure, just get out there and see what you can do. Oh, Michigan. Awesome. Awesome. Love it. Yes, push the limits. See what you can do. And just make sure that you're arranging. Put 3 little skinny rows that you can walk through so you're not compacting the rest of the soil. And what I might do is I might do skinny rows, and you could also do one across because that might help you navigate the space more effectively. And the space that you're giving up to rows, you're actually going to reap in the long run because you're not going to be compacting everything and you're going to have a lot of success. Love it. This Q&A is super fun. Anybody else out there have a question? And by the way, my seminar, we're going to do 45 minutes on basically my coping strategies, how to shop like a pro, get in that nursery, really, really, really know what you're doing. Oh, you're welcome, girl. And then it's going to follow up with a live Q&A. So if you come to the seminar, make sure to say hi. I'm going to actually be in the chat. I've done a pre-recorded session at Swanson's because obviously I needed to go there and show you how to shop. And so I will be live in the chat answering all of your questions. Gosh, this is so fun. I'm so glad to have you guys here. And I just have to do like a quick pause. It has been so fun to see this YouTube channel grow because I think, oh no, it literally in like 45 minutes. I'm going to do my talk. So it's 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern. I'm terrible with time zones. Gardening questions, I'm your girl. But giving you a time zone answer, I am not it. I am not it. That is not a strength of mine. Um, but we do start in 45 minutes. And anyways, I was just going to pause and just say, like, it's been so, so, so fun to start this channel. Thanks, you guys. Um, and just see the community grow. And this is the reason that I have done the Northwest Fire and Garden Festival for so long, is because I feel like I'm in this little happy community of gardeners and we just want like the best for each other. We just want each other to have the best garden possible and share in the excitement and the joy we feel when we're successful, when someone else gets to be successful. And I love being a cheerleader for everyone. So I'm just, to all of you who are joining in, I'm just so delighted you're here. And it really means so very much. And it gives me so much encouragement to keep going on this YouTube journey. Have it be like I do have to tell you, this is going to be a bona fide area of my business now. And it literally is because all of you guys are watching. And so, in any event, I am going to duck off. I am going to finish my little cup of coffee here. Oh, yes, Miss Alex. Yes, our tribe, our people. You know what? And I will finish with a story. Oh, Lori. Oh, yay. I'm so excited you're coming. Oh, in Tri-Cities. Eileen, so glad you're here. My Canadian people. You Canadians are so much fun. You're always leaving me Canada flag emojis, and I freaking love it. I was actually up in Vancouver in September. Holy crackers. If you have never driven from Vancouver up into Whistler, I literally gasped going around every corner because just the view was magnificent. And I feel like we have some good views here in the Northwest in Washington. But man, that was one of the most stunning things I'd ever seen. And for those of you who are still looking for your people, your garden people, I first went to my garden show here in Seattle when I was 22. There was no one my age. There was no one my age for years and years. I felt like just this, I would go with my mom and I would go with my aunts. And I was so passionate about it and was so just like drawn into the love of it all. And it was like I just couldn't believe I was the only person my age there who was attracted to the magic and the beauty of gardening. And so, anyways, so Miss Alex, you will find your people. And if nothing else, you will find your people here, which is so very exciting. And anyways, with that, another big thank you. And I'm going to see you guys in just over 40 minutes at the Great Growalong. And if I haven't mentioned, it's free 99, free 99. And also there's just, it's chock full of speakers. So go register. It's going to be a good time, and go through everyone who is going to be speaking before and after me. Oh, what? Oh my gosh. This is my partner in the background. And he's like, tell people free 99 is your code for it. It's free. They get it. They get me. Okay. Anyway, sometimes I forget that I speak in a lot of like Kate isms. So yes, free 99 means $0 hairs. $0 hairs. Anyways, so I hope you guys love it. I hope to see you there. And like I said, if you are there, say hello in the chat so I can give you a little shout out. Okay. Bye, my friends. I will see you soon.